I'm an Apple fan, however I never justified spending £500 on a pair of headphones. So, for the past 3 years I kept trying the alternatives. Sony XM5s, Bose Quiet Comfort, and even Marshall with their major lineup. Which, to be fair, sound-wise was pretty amazing for the price tag it has. At some point I understood that I can spend ages together with lots of money rather than paying once for AirPods Max to finally try them on. So today we'll review the best flagship headphones under the £500 price tag, compare them with the other headphones I've tried before. My name is Andy, you're on KitAndyJR channel, let's begin. Speaking of competitors, today there are many options when it comes to buying a new pair of headphones. The competition is tight. Sony, who each year keeps improving their XM model, Bose with their Quiet Comfort, and many more Chinese and not really comrades who are giving the most features for the least amount of money. This year, nothing came up with their Headphone 1 model, which some reviewers call the best pair under £300. Not trying them myself, I can't say if it is true or not. However, knowing how bad the noise cancelling is on any nothing headphone model from my personal experience, I would not trust that opinion and would search for an alternative. In the review today we have the USB-C model of the Apple headphones, which Apple had presented in September 2024 together with iPhone 16 lineup. A lot of users of the old Lightning version were waiting for the new H2 chip that Apple has in AirPods Pro 2. Instead of the awaited changes, Apple simply changed the port for more convenient USB-C, which has now become a universal port for all Apple gadgets, and brought new 5 colors without keeping any old ones on sale. Is it a good move? I think yes, because despite the older chip, AirPods Max work as efficiently as my AirPods Pro 2 with a H2 chip. Therefore, I do not feel much difference in the normal user experience. Let's make it clear. I would not get into the exact technical specs of the AirPods Max, as I can't hear much difference when it comes to comparing the size of drivers. But what I can tell is my honest experience and why I chose AirPods Max over Sony, Bose and others. First of all, the ecosystem. Apple was always more comfortable than any other brand when it was coming to the user experience. AirPods' automatic connectivity to the MacBook, iPad or iPhone where the music is playing makes the listening experience feel like on another level. You simply remove the Maxes from the smart case and they are already connected to your iPhone. So you don't need to wait for the Bluetooth or go anywhere in the settings, frantically pressing on the headphone name to connect. It is so convenient that I almost never go to the Bluetooth section on my iPhone. And yes, some may say that Samsung or Google with their fast pair are working in exactly the same way. Sadly, that is not true. The Android's connectivity to earbuds is nowhere near as quick and stable as Apple's. Secondly, AirPods Max has amazing features provided by Apple. See, all the competitors have a pack of features that every pair of headphones should have. Transparency mode, noise cancelling, and at least 20 hours of work. Apple has everything in Maxes, although I would prefer a longer battery life like Marshall offers in their major 5s, where they can work for 100+ hours. But also, Apple's feature called spatial audio is making a crazy difference for me compared to their closest competitors like Bose. Spatial audio makes you feel like in a cinema, where all of the instruments of the different songs are located in different places. So you can turn your head around and feel like you are somewhere at the concert. Although it might not work with services like Spotify or Amazon Music, if you're a user of Apple Music, your composition immediately turns into something amazing from just a normal song. I wish that everyone could try it, as it is available not only on AirPods Max, but also on the AirPods 4 and AirPods Pros. The most niche feature that Apple offers only in AirPods Max is the lossless audio connected via USB-C cable to your iPhone. Being honest with you, I've tried it only once, because I wanted to see how it works. The amount of small steps you need to follow is endless, but people who are really into music would hear the change in sound. It does appear, but it's not that significant that I would change the convenient Bluetooth connectivity for the cable connection. It is required to mention the comfortability of the AirPods on the head. Let me explain. AirPods Max is made from aluminum, which is heavy, therefore their weight is significant 385 grams, compared to 250 grams of the newest Sony XM6 and 240-ish grams of Bose QC. When I was buying them, I was afraid that they would be very heavy and therefore uncomfortable. I tried them a few times at the Apple store before buying, however you could never understand how exactly wear the headphones while they are connected to the deck. What has shocked me is when the Maxes are on the head, after a certain amount of time you forget that you have them on you. Well, most of the time. Yes, when you are in the gym doing exercises in them, which I tried, you start to sweat more, and because of the sweat, the ear cups become wet and may smell worse, which is not cool. Same when you're walking in them out on the street, which is a separate challenge in 2025 in the UK. Ears can become sweaty, which makes you want to remove the headphones. Other cons I found is the aluminum cups. When you're removing the headphones from the smart case, the cups are beating each other, which may do some damage if you're removing the headphones too fast. That is because Maxes are really designed for more indoor use, such as editing or listening to music while working at home. For sports activities, normal AirPods will be a much better choice. But at home, listening to music while the Maxes will undoubtedly bring you a lot of enjoyment. All YouTubers that I have watched, no matter whether they were speaking in English or in Russian, were always saying that AirPods Max would be an awesome product if the price would be lower. Certainly, but let's not forget a few things. First and foremost, you are paying for the brand. Apple is recognizable everywhere and always, so at least half of the price you pay is simply for the brand. Secondly, you're paying for the quality, and I can honestly say that here you can feel it everywhere. Stainless steel, aluminum, replaceable ear cups, silicone, everything stands really solidly, and you can't accuse Apple of economizing their cost on some basic things, which is rare these days. However, if you don't want to pay loads for the brand, but you want to have the best quality for the least price, my friends from Bank sent me the newest stand they have. Unlike other stands, the current headphone stand is made from the same materials that Apple uses in AirPods production. Aluminum, stainless steel, you can always tell when the thing feels premium, and here this is the case. So, amazing quality, good looking, and no need to sell your kidney to buy it. What can be better? Go to the first link to buy a headphone stand from Banks, and don't forget to use my promo code KitAndyJR15 to get a 15% discount on everything on their website. Thank me later. To conclude, I would recommend AirPods Max to everyone who uses Apple on a daily basis. A combination of great sound, amazing noise cancelling, spatial audio, together with premium materials and variety of colors, making them one of the best choices you can make today. And yeah, some people may say, Andy, I don't want to pay $250,000 for the pair of headphones. I would rather buy Sony, Bose or whatever. Well, yeah, but in today's world, Sony XM6 now costs just £100 less than AirPods Max, which makes the difference not that significant. But in the Apple world, in the Apple ecosystem, nothing will beat Apple, and AirPods Max would be the best choice for everyone. Thanks for watching my review. I know my English might be confusing at some places, but trust me, I'm giving my best. Don't forget to subscribe on the channel, press on the like button, and also press on the bell button to be notified when my new video comes up. Wish you all of the possible blessings, folks. See you later.